Hi everybody! So I'm making this video here on my cell phone. I'm kind of getting in the groove of doing things differently. And I'm finding this to be really freeing of my senses to not have to sit at a computer and to properly express myself in whatever version proper expression is. But to do this on my cell phone is really nice because I can take my cell phone anywhere, which means I can make a message anywhere I want to make a message. And it seems to be more freeing instead of it's like the cubicle mentality. You have to go into this little space and that's where you do your work. And now I'm free of that. So I'm on my cell phone doing things differently. I think it's a good message about what is the energies right now in the transition into 2020. I think we're all entering into a reset button of the way we've been doing things and starting to express ourselves in new ways that we may not even be familiar with. We're making choices, we're making changes that may be shocking, unexpected, but extremely, extremely good. It could be very hard to digest it, or maybe it just feels so like overdue time. So it just kind of comes out. But there is something about right now. And I've been in a lot of deep, 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 deep thought and deep feelings about human ascension is really one of the biggest ones. And how I'm helping in this human ascension process. Like, how am I a spokesperson to creating a better world? And what this whole process feels like to me, what it feels like to be Abbey Normal on YouTube and to express a message and how those messages are received and what I'm learning about humanity. And the last two messages that I made, one is about the CyberTruck and one is about Archangel Lucifer. So I make this message with Archangel Lucifer about human emotions and the process of being human. You know, we use the mind, and then from the mind we try to follow our heart, right? Well, it's not always easy to follow our heart, and we get lost in our emotions, only to find our way back into our mind again in order to continue to put on a happy face for the world, which is only us still imprisoned inside our emotions and struggling to find our way forward through the heart. It was a really hard message, and I think that message was appropriate for the energies at that time because a lot of people were going through challenges with their emotions and then having to put on that face, some version of a face that is appropriate to be received by the world. And I make this message with Archangel Lucifer about human emotions. And how is that message processed? Are people able to even listen to the message, or are they only able to hear Archangel Lucifer and become extremely confused? How are we actually finding the wisdom inside of ourselves, or are we just grasping what everybody else is saying? What everybody's been saying, and hello, didn't you know? Without actually taking the time to think for ourselves and not worry about, is Archangel Lucifer Satan? Is Archangel Lucifer evil? Is he deceiving us? When is it going to be us deceiving ourselves? Instead of pointing the fingers somewhere else as that is the problem. The problem is not me. It's what is out there. Sometimes the problem is Abbey Normal. Sometimes I'm the one that is creating problems for this world. But is it really me? Or am I just somebody that is giving this world an opportunity to think for itself if it chooses? Is the world choosing to think for itself or to feel for itself and to express something that comes from the heart? Is it afraid to even understand what something is about? It just wants to say, react instinctively, and then to state that that is the way that it is. Hello, don't you know? It's kind of the way that it feels sometimes. So what is human ascension exactly if we're just instinctive people? We're just instinctive people. And I make this video about CyberTruck in 5D, right? And here this message is about, how do we ascend as a human race? Is it necessarily about Cybertruck and green energy? You could say yes, it is. But perhaps there was something deeper to that message having to do with patience, innovative thinking, and being supportive. How are we being supportive? Simply by just reacting putting things down, hearing a certain keyword like green energy, and instantaneously that creates a problem. Instead of saying, we have opportunities for change, we have different ways of doing things, and there's always ways to improve everything. And that is what this is about. We have to find a way to work together. We have to find a way to stop reacting, belligerently reacting, not giving something a chance, just putting things down. What is hurting so badly inside that we can't even hear? That we can't even access a message that is giving us a bridge to a new way of being, a new way of being human beings. How does it feel when you say something and nobody really hears you? They just react to you. Does that make you feel good about yourself? I get this a lot. And I know it's not me. I'm just the catalyst that is bringing something to the surface to help with the mirror effect, right? We need each other in order to see ourselves. I can't see myself without everybody. Therefore, you can't see yourself without me and without everybody. That's why we're so important to each other. One of the thoughts that has been crossing my mind about human ascension is this new age apocalypse movement. It's like these 5D thinkers, the ones that are the chosen ones to go to the new earth, and these 3D assholes. But it's like these 5D thinkers are the 3D assholes that don't even see it. They're self-manipulated. What if there is no 3D or 5D? What if there just is? What if there's just this reality that we need to just embrace it, embrace being human, and to accept the simplicity that this is what life is? And we need to figure this out. And we need to stop pretending or daydreaming and waiting for free energy. Free anything, really. We are the solvers of the problem. And we have to stop hiding in our tiny little shells and pointing fingers and saying, I'm just going to wait for my new earth. I'm just going to wait for God to come out of the sky and the rapture to take place. And I'm going to watch all those assholes that didn't believe in Jesus burn and be eaten by freaking insects. And I'm going to laugh at them. I'm going to tell them, I told you so. This disturbs me. This has been on my mind a lot. The human race. Helping the human race. How do I help the human race? How do I even help myself? I have a hard life too, you know. We all have a hard life. But that doesn't mean that we can't be loving people and we can't try our best. And that we can't be open-minded and we can't become more open. And we can't overcome our own vulnerabilities and our own struggles. We came here to feel these things. We came here to be scared. We came here to be worried about being deceived. We came here to want to leave here. That to find the courage to want to stay. What if being human is us running away from ourselves only to find ourselves? And then to embrace that and to say, I can just be this, and this can be beautiful. And I can just accept everyone the way they are because I know it's hard. And not everybody is going to be able to overcome their own challenges. That's why we have many lives. There's no such thing as escaping. And if you're trying to escape, what are you escaping from? Yourself. So I've been asking myself, what kind of message could I possibly share anymore? I mean, I have over 850 videos out there. What else could I possibly say? I'm even wondering if I should go in a completely different direction. Maybe just completely walk away from this and do something different. I really enjoy change. I really enjoy doing things differently. And I need newness. I need something else. And I haven't been able to do any Zodiac energy readings for the month of November, and I haven't yet for December, and I really, really want to. And life says yes or life says no, so I can either do it or I cannot do it. So, but it does feel appropriate to make this message and to explore what I can do at the time. And maybe the cell phone is the best way to do it, because I don't have to get ready for anything and just pull out my cell phone and just say whatever comes to my being. Say whatever I feel I need to say and then be done with it. And it doesn't really matter, because that's what YouTube is all about, is just self-expression, and to say whatever you feel within your heart and to let it be said and let it to be processed and understood. I've been wondering if, you know, you do this as sort of a profession, right? So I'm a professional. I'm a professional psychic. I'm a professional healer. I am a professional speaker. I consider myself a professional. So I try to do things to enhance the professionalism of what I'm doing and how I'm expressing what I'm doing. But what is that exactly? Is that perfectionism? Is that an obsession? Is that trying to fit in to society and the way society needs someone to be in order to be defined or considered a professional? Or could I just be a person? Maybe I could just be a person on the other side of a cell phone just speaking, and I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to have some snappy intro or pretty photo to go with my message. I could just say the message, right? Maybe we all need to step back and to simplify and to see that we can just be ourselves, you know? And that'll be appreciated in whichever way it is appreciated. And sometimes negativity is appreciation too. And positivity is appreciation too. And there's just so many different angles to this whole thing. And how am I choosing to love myself in the end? And that's what matters most here. And how are you choosing to love yourself too? And the way that we choose to love ourselves then is how we learn how to be patient with others, because we learn how to be patient with ourselves. We learn how to appreciate each other's vulnerabilities and to continue to extend a helping hand, because we would want that for ourselves. Isn't that the golden rule? You know, something that's crazy is I came across this little like child's New Testament, and you can look in there's like a table of contents. So whatever you're going through in your life, so like, let's say you're stressed out, or let's say you're struggling. I looked at a few different ones, and one was stress. There was another one, can't remember what it was, but there are so many different options, and I'll tell you like different places in the Bible where you could find a helpful message. And one of them, it wasn't the one about stress. And I can't remember exactly. I think it was having faith or something like this. And I think it was some Matthew one. But I don't remember off the top of my head. But I do remember the message was like this. It's like, how do I want to put it? This is what it reminded me of. So you have to trust in how you are being guided. And that persecution is always going to happen. This was the sad part, was that persecution has happened to even the ancient prophets. But for those who continue to stand true in love, that they will be rewarded when they come to heaven, you know? And it's always the way that it's always been. So stand true in love and you will be rewarded no matter how you are persecuted, because those who have stood true in love have been persecuted for thousands of years. Even the ancient prophets were persecuted. And it's like there's a truth and a sadness to this message. The truth is, when you have a message that alters people, when you think outside the box, because we all want people who thinks outside the box, but when you come across one, you're going to find them to be most just distasteful. They're going to be absolutely distasteful, because we don't know how to cope with people who aren't part of the sheep, part of the flock. They're different. And we want different, but yet we don't. It's weird. So you have somebody that's speaking love, but all you hear is fear, and all you do is react, and you don't know how to cope with it, and you think less of that person, although you're the one that is carrying the wound that needs to be healed, but you're taking the wound out on somebody else. So when you stand in love, you have to keep standing in love no matter what, and you will be blessed in the end, because you are true to yourself. You're true to yourself. And that's sad that the human race has been persecuting human beings that have been true to themselves for thousands of years. Are we ever going to figure this out? Are we ever going to stop doing that? It's so stupid. Persecution. There's people really trying to make a big difference in this world that are being persecuted. It's sad. And a lot of people don't even know that they're persecuting. They just think they're being smart. They think they know something. But they don't really know anything at all. Because they're not actually listening to their heart. They're just reacting. They're just thinking they know something. They're letting their ego get in the way. They're not slowing down to take the time to say, why? Is this really how I feel? I've been trying to figure out a way to speak in a new language that can get through to people, get through those wounds so that they aren't felt, so that the message can be heard in a new way, so that the key words aren't the program. It's like people know that there's brainwashing and subliminal messages. So if they hear Archangel Lucifer, that is the subliminal message. That is the key word. So all people can hear is Archangel Lucifer instead of actually hearing the message. Because whatever that message is obviously a deceiving message that is going to take my soul into hell. And I'm scared. Scared of just simply a message. So that's the subliminal message, was Archangel Lucifer, but the real message wasn't even heard. Subliminal message is green energy, but the real message wasn't even heard. I'm confused by this. Anyway, I'm doing this today, and I think I want to do this again. I really like just speaking on my cell phone and just speaking in this way. And I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my message and to contemplate it for yourself or to react to it. It doesn't matter, because I am learning what I need to learn here from this experience. Is it about human ascension, or is just getting to know what it is like to be a YouTuber and to have a message and to learn about how other human beings are affected by that message? Maybe in the end, that's all that this is about. It's just knowing what it's like to be this person that I am. Maybe that's all it's about, you know? I want to thank you all for, again, being here with me and for being a part of my world, my life. And no matter what, if I make a message that is confusing or difficult or appreciated, I appreciate you. And I want to thank you for having the courage to share your thoughts and feelings about my messages and for sticking around. It means a lot to me. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If any of you are interested in working with me one-on-one for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Okay, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.